Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to this podcast, episode 002. Today's gonna be a good one. Um, the next guest for my podcast, he's a very kind-hearted person. I met him at a gaming lounge that I was working at. Came in with the Smash Bros community. Very funny individual. It took a little bit to get him talking. You know how it is. Once you get to know each other, they kind of feel each other. Game an open book. He's a fucking awesome person. He's a competitive Smash player in the state of Texas for the Nintendo, for the original Super Smash Bros. Nintendo 64. He's an OG at it. He's an OG gamer. He's also a competitive Halo player in the state of Texas. He's won multiple tournaments in multiple cities such as Austin, Dallas. Nothing in West Texas because, I don't know, they're a little special. They don't like anything else. No hating on y'all. I'm just saying. I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. He's awesome. Let's go ahead and bring him on. His name is Waffles. What's up, Waffles?
How's it going, Chris?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my government name. Name is Gold Lion.
Dude,
what's up?
I also do want to comment on some of your speed art, dude. Man, that's actually really good.
Speed art?
I'm
My
not
spray
gonna
paint
lie.
art?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the audience that don't know, I just recently picked up being a spray paint artist. And so if you guys might seen it, people do it on the streets too, like doing planets, but I'm actually working on silhouettes of gaming references. So I actually got hung up right here. Like them on Mario and follow me on TikTok. Lion Art, there it is. Gold Lion Art on TikTok. That's where everything's at. But yeah, man, thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude.
So what's up, Waffles? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I did a Halo tournament yesterday. It went really well. Better than I expected. I got second? Third?
You got second place?
Third. Huh? Yeah.
So what were the fundamentals of the tournament? Like what game and what were the...
It was 1-on-1. It was supposed to be originally on launch day once Halo Reach came out, but it was delayed on the next day. So I competed in that.
Oh yeah, because the Master Chief came out for PC.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little...
Yeah, I'm excited.
So second place, like what was the earnings in that? If you don't mind me asking.
The earnings, I pretty sure first got like around two grand. Second, I got like around 700, 800, around that general area.
Damn, bro, look at you out here doing it. Good job. Where was this at?
It was a online tournament.
Okay, cool. Got in second. How many people were qualified? How many people were participating in it?
64.
Nintendo 60.
It was a invitational, I think.
Oh, okay. So special. Waffles out here special, dude. Yeah. That's dope. So what are you planning on doing with the money?
Saving it, I guess. More school for it. I mean, I don't have really nothing else to use it for. I guess besides saving for another PC, but I mostly use my earnings just for school.
Cool. So what do you plan on going for?
Architecture degree. I have like a year left, probably less than that if I take multiple classes. But right now, I've been taking like a year break. It's been hefty on me mentally, I guess, and physically, with all the work and all that shenanigans.
Yeah,
They
man.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Or
you know,
people that are
kids
gone.
out there that are in college, I completely understand what you're... All right, man, we're going to go ahead and get right into this. So first off, your character creation. So, your name is Waffles. Why the hell is your
Yes.
name Waffles? Where'd that come from?
So this originally came from some childhood cartoon characters. One was from Cat Scratch. I don't know if you remember that show.
Cat Scratch?
It was like Cat Scratch. It involved three characters. But one of the characters' name was Waffle, but without the S at the end.
Okay.
His personality kind of reflects to how I am right now. I guess he had like a really big impact on my childhood. For some reason, I have no clue why. The second character is from Invader Zim, Gur. I'm pretty sure you know Gur. Everyone loves
Yeah,
Gur.
yeah, yeah. Grr.
That, that's another character that made me choose that name, basically from his love and affection towards his personality and how he has a love for waffles too.
Basically, you have a love for waffles.
No, I'm not a cannibal.
You're not a kid. That's not what I meant, bro. I meant the breakfast food, bro.
The breakfast food is better, and yes, it is better than pancakes.
So,
Maybe
so many
what was
what?
that?
No, no, sorry for cutting you off.
Many may have argued that it's better, but I don't know, man. I guess it's just personal opinion.
Personal preferences out here. So basically, waffles just comes from a cartoon character, and you liked it.
Yes.
All right, cool. So competitive Smash. Why Super Smash Bros? Why were you so invested in? Tell us how it all
Uh,
started.
Super Smash has always been one of the I wanted to code two games whenever you go to a friend's house. Basically, when I was living back, way back in elementary school, somewhere in South Austin, I believe. Will was went to one of my brother's friend's house. He always had Smash 64 ready for us to play, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's when it started. Like my competitiveness towards the other people is that I kept losing and losing and losing over and over and over and over and over. Um, and I would say the most competitive person um, that's that influenced me more to pursue this career and to actually establish this to what I would call it my life itself is my brother. He's one that has always been there, has always been like I basically constantly like just I guess beating my ass the whole time that I just got tired of it. And then slowly, I have been progressing my skills over and over and over and over, and establishing how I can improve myself within the games itself. And I guess that's how the jack of all trades comes in, because I've been improving in so many multiple games that it's hard for me to. I want to say it's hard. It's mostly that I have distributed many attributes in all these type of games that it's hard for a individual person to actually beat me in my whole collection that I have.
So basically, getting your ass kicked by your brother was a great influence to get good at the game.
Yeah, basically.
So you got good at the game. So what got you to start participating in tournaments, part of the Smash community in Texas?
In the Smash community, well, a big reason why I start getting more involved into the Smash community is the people itself. It's not the game. Uh, uh, the game that recently came out for the Nintendo Switch, I don't really like it. It's not my type of play style as it has in Smash 4 on the Wii U. But what drives me in is the people. The people there are just they're more different than what you're normally used to. They're really, really kind, friendly. It's ridiculous how that community started. It started way back, uh, I think in Brawl, from what I remember, and then from there it slowly progressed into this big scene that involved all the cities in Texas, and then from there Texas it went nationally basically. But I guess the competitive scene for me in Smash will probably be I don't know. I guess I just really had um, since Smash 64 was a really big involvement in my life. I guess I just wanted to see where my skill was in the city itself.
What? But why though?
Why
Like,
why did I
why
choose the
you want to
game?
get out there and compete though?
I don't know. I guess the thrive of it for me to actually accomplish and just beating other people. I guess, but when it comes to like other fighting games, I am not good at fighting games. Like Smash is like the only decent game I'm good at,
Mm-hmm.
but it is considered a fighting game, but not like the traditional fighting game
Yeah.
where it's like just by the side like a Tekken or
Yeah,
something like
because
that.
there's a lot of debates out there that people consider or don't consider Smash as a fighting game.
It's I do a lot of people do say it's like a party game, but I
Party game.
mean,
Okay.
yeah,
But what
like a
like
party game, fighting game. I don't know. I guess it's because the involvement that it has, like all the stuff that it has in it, like it has items, it has a story mode, it has a bunch of shenanigans on there. I don't know if you ever played it
Oh
before.
yeah, I've definitely yeah. Well, I played yeah, like you, I was the I was always kicking my sister's ass and Smash. Fucking hate. I was Mario main. I was just with but I never really got into competitive with it. But yeah, I'm aware of the game. And the newer game, I tried it, at Evos I tried it a little bit. Kind of weird.
Mm,
I feel like I could get good
yeah,
at it, but I don't feel like investing the time in because it's
yeah.
not really my
That's
thing,
another thing too. Yeah, you have to put like way more time that you normally have to because there's so many characters and you have to learn all the frames of it. You have to learn all the choices that you have with your own character too.
It's yeah, a lot of the pretty much the only character I'm really attracted to is Cloud. I don't know.
Cloud.
I've always been a Final Fantasy character. And now that I see Terry Bogard's on it, I'm like, "Oh shit. I might even try
Oh
that."
yeah.
How's Terry in that game? I haven't played it.
uh, I haven't played him either, but I have played people using him against me. He's weird. Well, I wouldn't call him weird, but his moves are, I guess, similar to Ryu, because because when you input uh, when you input the correct moves, like for example on the arcade,
Like you do like
you
a
go
half
back
circle.
semicircle,
Yeah,
yeah,
half moon,
and then
quarter
A
moon,
for
quarter
like
moon.
I show you, I
Yeah,
think, or is it a
Hadouken,
Hadouken?
Hadouken,
It's one of those.
Hadouken.
Well, what's it called? So when you input those moves, they're stronger than the basic one.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's like chain moves.
Yes, basically.
Okay. Okay, that makes. So you did Smash a little while. How'd you get into Halo?
Well, that was way before Smash, honestly.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
actually, no. I started in Halo 2. Uh, from there on, the competition in Halo 2 was just ridiculous, but it was really really fun. Halo 2 is when the actual competitiveness and the first person shooter started. I made a big name in the Halo 2 community too. I'm pretty sure I faded out by then though. In Halo 2, um, it was mostly because I was also young and not a lot of people took me seriously as I thought they would. And then it moved on to Halo 3. Now, Halo 3 was way more I wouldn't. Well, yeah, it was definitely way more competitive than Halo 2 because Halo 2 had a bunch of bugs that a bunch of people can do, like super jumps, map glitches, spawn killing also. And Halo 3 come around, and Halo 3 was another big impact in my life. Um, Halo 3 is probably I wouldn't call it the pinnacle, but like the start uh, of the new era that I had in a competitive scene. I had a one of my closest friends. His name's Jose. He's the one that basically taught me all the movement in the uh, Halo game itself. Um, and I'm pretty sure I have to thank him a lot for him to like actually make me who I am right now. Um, and what's it called? And then from there, I won a few tournaments in Halo 3, but not as major as in Halo 4. Halo 3 is still there. Halo 2 is also still there. There are some tournaments here and there. Halo Reach, there wasn't as many tournaments as it was. I don't know why. And then Halo 4 came around, and that's another one that I made a big impact on. It was Halo 4. And then the gross Halo 5. I don't touch that game, man. Halo 5 is just,
Why? What's wrong with
it's
Halo
just too
5?
much. Nah, man. There's too much stuff, like unnecessary stuff. Like for example, the aim assist in that game is just ridiculous. They changed so many guns. They did way too much stuff to a point where it's not Halo anymore. They're trying to make it where it's like, I guess, Call of Duty, in my opinion. It's not as campy as Call of Duty, but all the stuff is there with all the shenanigans.
Hmm.
I guess I would put it. I don't know, but hopefully Halo Infinite is would revert back to the original Halos. I hope.
Is there a release date for Halo Infinite?
Infinite, no, but I'm assuming it's gonna come out once the new gen console comes out.
That actually makes. When's it? Because I know they announced the PS5.
Yeah, I think I would say maybe next year.
Yeah, I think they said.
Hopefully.
I mean, it'd be smart to do holidays
Yeah.
of next year, because money for these people. You know how people do it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty and all these guys, they release all their games during.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not really a big Halo guy, but dang, you definitely schooled me on all the Halo. I mean, I played a little bit, but I got my ass kicked by my buddies I grew up with.
Mm.
Because I wasn't an Xbox person. I was a PS. I was a
Hey, send me
PlayStation.
the gamer tags, dude. I'll beat
Dude.
them up.
Well, they play on PC now, but yeah, I mean, now they got PC on the EBO. So the Master Chief Collection, what's your take on that?
I think it's a really good thing to have since it has basically all the Halos, but Halo 5, obviously. Especially since Reach came out, because Reach, in my opinion, is still by far one of the best multiplayer games I ever played in my life. As in like online.
Why? Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
They did change it a little bit in comparison to the 360 to the Master Chief Collection. It doesn't feel buggier. It feels way smoother. It's not as like kind of cut out cartoon version. Some of the coloring and graphics were changed, and they updated some of the maps. But my opinion on it, why is by far one of the best multiplayer games. Is it was one of the pinnacle games after Bungie left, and I'm pretty sure they wanted to leave a mark on what they created from the Combat Evolve from the original Halo. But Reach was a really really good balanced game, establishing from I guess grenades that explode from giant nukes for no reason to the armor abilities. That's when they introduced some of the stuff there too. The armor abilities was a really good thing to add. And besides just walking everywhere the whole time, you actually have something to actually use.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it's just really, really, really well done. I can't really explain it because it's hard to compare it to some of the other games because of the storyline, but that's not really what I'm talking about. It's mostly just a multiplayer on itself. I don't know. It's hard to say why it is, but it's just how I feel about it, how it plays, how it actually works with all the guns, how the movement is, and all that.
Pretty smooth. I don't know. Like I noticed, with my little experience with the game, is that you have to waste like a whole damn clip on somebody just to kill him. My favorite thing was
Well,
the sword though, the energy sword. That shit was awesome. That
nah,
was
man.
fun.
If you talk about energy sword,
Yeah, you
well, I
just
mean, I
you
haven't
just
put
be
that.
running and you just like a dash forward and an uppercut. It's like
Well, I
yeah.
mean, yeah. I do remember back in Halo 2, the energy sword was like one of the dangerous weapons in Halo 2 because all you really had to do is get a rocket launcher and as soon as you see the reticle turn red, you can sword lunge all the way across the map and can kill somebody.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Halo 2 was crazy.
What
There was
the
so many
f-
bugs.
and did people actually do that in tournaments?
uh,
Like,
Not a
was
lot of
that
people know.
legal in tournaments to do that?
It wasn't legal, no. But it's hard to.
That's insane.
Uh, no, I'm pretty sure it was legal, but rockets and swords weren't really used in this in the map. They used the MLG game mode, where it's just a battle rifle, a AR SMG, I think, sniper. Rockets is there. Sniper is there too. Sword
Mm-hmm.
is all there, but they're not in the same map.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because if they were, that'd be kind of stupid. And if people
It'd
would
be-
just grab all the power weapons, just hog it all.
Sounds like a very competitive game. Yeah, I mean, I see why Ninja was so into it. It's gonna be interesting what Ninja's gonna do because his roots is from Halo, and with like
Yeah,
the new with him partnered up with Mixer, and Mixer's owned by Microsoft. Microsoft got
yeah,
that Halo, so it's gonna be interesting where that's gonna go.
yeah.
All right, so talk about you a little bit, buddy. What was your describe your first experience gaming, video games? How did it all?
Man, I never even gonna say that. So I'm pretty. It's a faint memory,
Okay.
but I do remember some of it with my father. Actually bringing a NES to our house, and that's when I first like actually touched the controller itself. Um, we were playing the original Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, I think, was another one. The gun.
Yeah.
Um, I'm pretty sure that's where I actually first started gaming. So I blame my father for that.
Well, I mean, it's a
And I
good
thank,
thing though.
yeah. I blame him and I thank him at the same time.
Awesome. So Duck Hunt. So what other games did you play?
Well, from that, later on in the years, it went to the N64, which I'm a really, really big fan of. As you saw my collection,
Yeah, same.
including Conker's Bad Fur Day was a really good one. The Mario parties were really good there too.
Yeah. Mario Party
Yoshi's
2.
Story.
Yoshi's Story was dope, man. My
Yoshi's
dude,
Story was really
my
good.
sister was into that, and I would just watch her play. Yeah, Yoshi's Story is a good.
Super Mario 64 was like another pinnacle game of the N64. Uh, Dr. Mario 64. Ocarina of Time, that's another good one. Legend of Zelda. Majora's Mask, that's another good one. Banjo Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64. I can just go on and on and on and
Yeah,
on.
I think it's safe to say that N64 was like for us '90s babies. It was a pinnacle shift for us to really get into gaming, and I feel like it was a good shift for gaming in general because N64 like Super Smash or Super Mario was like the first 3D open world game for the
Yes.
franchise, and then Super Smash Bros was the pinnacle game changing game of like let's bring all these badasses together and just kick each other's asses and see where it
Yeah.
goes. Like, dude, that game was so lit. And then Donkey Kong 64 coming out. It's just it was just so revolutionized. It was a very big step from 8-bit to 64-bit. Dang.
Yeah.
So N64 games. So I mean, like, what what got you to really just continue on your gaming, your adventure? Bad Fur Day. You're showing Bad Fur Day. Damn. So why that game? You got the original
Uh,
case and everything. That's what's up.
what's it called? I guess I had so many years of gameplay with this game. Back when I used to live in South Austin. Every school day, every weekend, I always went to my friend's house. His name was Tony, and then we get some other two buddies, and we just played Conquer's Bad Fur Day all day, man. The multiplayer was so much fun. The story mode is really, really good too. And then from there, I'm pretty sure that reverted towards the GameCube.
Did they? They put it on the game.
No. Another one for Bad Fur Day is on the Xbox. I think it was the original one or the 360. I don't remember. Live and Reloaded. I don't know
Nah, I'm
if
not
you
familiar.
remember that. It was basically the same thing, but it wasn't as good as N64. Obviously, I guess it's just I'm just being biased or just all the nostalgia that I had with that game. But continuing on, the GameCube, in my opinion, is another really, really like huge console that actually made everybody like want it.
Yeah.
And all the games that it came with, there's just way too many games to name. That's just made so many memories. I'm pretty sure for a lot of people and for myself.
Nintendo did a lot for us, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
Nintendo.
it's ridiculous, man.
You guys are
I think Nintendo
badasses.
made the biggest impact in my life more than anything, in my opinion. It just made I don't know. I guess I'm pretty sure not changing the subject, but video games really did get me away from everything. Like for example, because I grew up in a really bad neighborhood, and there was like the gangs, drugs, and all that shenanigans. Um, it's cool, and then video games kept me away from that. It established like me and some other friends to actually stay away from all that stuff that was happening around that time. And what's it called? And I'm pretty sure that also established who I am right now. And I guess it's just part of my life now. I can't really push it away, no matter how hard people say
Course,
it's bad.
yeah,
It's
man.
bad.
I
No.
feel like a lot of people can relate to your story. Is that not most of us didn't really grow up with the best ways, best environments,
Mhm.
and I feel like video games. I could say this, speak for myself too. Is that it's a very good way to cope with the reality that you're living. And then
Yes.
amongst that, it's just you're exploring. People can talk shit about video games, all the video game haters,
Yeah,
older
and those guys are stupid.
and them boomers out there. They can hate all they want, but yeah, it definitely explores your creativity and get them creative juices going, and it really helps shape what's really going on. And video games are a blessing it's a blessing to us, but to most people out there, it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
I'm glad that games like Fortnite is actually putting gaming on the map with these $30 million tournaments. So freaking
but
amazing.
what's it called? I'm really glad since I grew up all my life just playing video games, how it actually became to established to have like an actual career out of it and to actually make money out of it. It's another really, really big thing
Yeah,
that happened in the video game industry.
freaking huge, man, with all these esports going in and all these streamers
Yeah.
getting contracts with all these other platforms. Like, what a time to be a gamer, man.
Yeah, I'm really glad I stuck with it my whole life.
So
I
with
have no regret.
gaming being in your life, what was your biggest role? Who or
In the just like in general or like as in like
whatever you feel like
um
answering. Whatever stands out to you.
well I mean I don't know there's a few people, well not including my brother, um my father has always been there, obviously. Another person uh that I also have played with, I played a lot with actually. I don't know if you know Achievement Hunter, Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. I know of him.
Yeah, them. I played with some of their people. Also, what's it called? I helped a few of their there's just a specific person. His name is Andrew Patton. I played with him and helped him do some raids, which helped Achievement Hunter do the raids. Um, and in Destiny, not to be more in detail. Um, uh, them has been an impact on me for a while because they've revolved nothing on video games and content creation itself. Um, but a specific person, his name is Ray Narvez Jr. He's a really like a heavily streamer, heavily. Uh, he used to be he used to be part of the Achievement Hunting crew, but I'm still unsecured. I'm not insecure, but unsure what happened. I'm pretty sure he quit and wanted to pursue what he mostly wanted to do besides content creation the whole time. It's just to play video games. I guess Ray was a really big impact on me, and how I also wanted to pursue something like that.
Sounds like a lot of good times with him.
It's fun playing with him.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the little thing I like to do, calling out the attributes. So, for any people that's familiar with RPG games, uh, you get to stack your attributes, different categories and what. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a few attributes, and you pick a number 1 through 5, 5 being the greatest, and how you feel personally. Sound good?
Sounds perfect.
All right, strength,
Strength.
physical strength.
Have you seen how skinny I am? Dude? Strength,
Hey
bro.
man, I'm telling you, listen, I'm skinny too, but I ain't no bitch. Okay, hey,
Yeah, that's true. Strength, I would probably put it around. Uh, well, I mean, it depends what strength you're actually talking about. If it's like just physical strength,
yes,
then probably put it like a 3 or 2, maybe. I'm not really
two or
that
three.
strong, but if you're saying like actual strength, um, what's another one? Mental strength, then I would probably put those like probably like around 4 or 5.
What about speed?
Speed. Ooh. Speed, I'll definitely put it at a 5.
Okay,
I
all
have
right.
yet to actually lose like I guess like a fun uh, point A to point B sprint.
Okay. Hand-eye coordination.
Ooh. Definitely put it around 5. My eye coordination is probably way more better than a good professionals that I know and played with. My the way to I don't know. It's hard to explain how I actually pinpoint everything. From what I put it, I look at the center point of the screen, and then the vision around it. As soon as I see like one tiny movement, I immediately go and move towards where that movement is and just start shooting. I guess
Leadership.
leadership. It's hard to say. It depends where you establish that leadership in. If it's in video games, I'll probably put like around 4. I have led a few people and guided a lot of people to not keep doing the same mistakes I do over and over and over and over. Um, I'm how can I put it? If someone wants to actually rely on somebody that they can trust and for someone to actually guide them, they'll probably go to. And if they need help, they'll probably go to them too. From what I experienced throughout my life, not just in the video. Uh,
That's a solid 5.
I will put it at a 5.
Put it at 5. Charisma.
Charisma. what's charisma again? As in like uh how I can
Your
uh
energy towards people, how likable.
yeah. Uh well, I mean, how would you judge it? Because I can't really say that
At
for myself.
first,
It's mostly how
at
other
first
people
you were
see me.
shy, but like I said, like after when you break that initial barrier, you're definitely a 5 from an
Thank you.
outside perspective. Of course, wisdom,
I'm pretty sure a bunch of people can agree.
wisdom.
But who knows? I I rarely make enemies. Like it's really hard for me to actually hate somebody. Like for me to actually like not want to talk to them. I'm mostly friendly with like everybody. It doesn't really matter how you grew up, how what personality you have. I'm mostly friendly with everybody, and it's really hard for me to actually like not want to be like friends.
People
It's
person.
rare.
Yeah.
There are some, but
Well, of
it's
course.
I don't
Yeah. I mean,
know.
there's those knuckleheads out there.
Yeah, they're just like
They really want to test
retarded.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it just piss me off.
All right. What about wisdom?
Wisdom, I mostly just have to. I'm pretty sure it'll increase once my bones start hurting and once I get older. Um, Probably put like around three, maybe 3 or 4. I'm not too sure. Uh, Wisdom is something to not really establish for me right now. I haven't really gave as much wisdom and encouragement to other people mostly than I need to, but I need to just for learning experience that I had throughout my life and the gaming industry too.
So what's the number?
Probably like around 4,
All right. Last one.
4 or 3.
Last one. Luck.
Man, luck. Oh my god, how I hate that. Luck, I would probably put it as a RNG. My RNG hasn't, well, it's hard to establish, honestly. RNG is hard, but if I were to put it at a number from 1 through 5, maybe 4? Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell because luck is something hard to establish. If you're talking about like video games, like RNG is basically everything. Um, Also depends on the game, honestly, and timing. Uh, but as in like in a real life scenario, I'd put like a 3. 3? Yeah. In the video game industry, probably put like a 4.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So we're going on through your main quest, and what you have a random encounter with. How do you handle it?
Enemy. How hostile is he?
Sweaty nerd.
Jesus.
Gamer
Uh,
nerd.
what's my class?
Hey man, that is your game, bro. It's up to you.
Yo, I could be a mage. Nice.
Okay. So how do you handle it?
Um, well, if he's hostile, then well, I mean, it depends what kind of hostility are we talking about. Are we talking about like he's actually charging me with
Yeah,
his
he's
sweat?
charging you. He's charging you with the
He's charging me.
sweatiness. Yes.
Oh God. Well, I mean, obviously, my first response is just like I guess just mindlessly just kill him, just defeat him.
How you
Wait,
dispose?
wait,
How do you?
wait. Hold on. Are we talking about like an actual real life scenario or like
I don't know. You tell
a
me.
video game scenario?
You tell me.
Wow. Trying to commit murder without you telling me?
Hey, be careful what you say to the public, okay?
Okay, fine. I don't know. I guess in a real life scenario, well, I mean, how big is he? Because he can easily take me down. Well, actually, I can just outrun him. I'll probably just flee, honestly.
Just flee. Hey, you know what? That's a good way to deal with bullies. Oh. Yeah,
Hey, man,
realize the situation, and if it's a win or
if you
loss, and
can't
you
beat
feel like
him,
you're gonna
outrun him.
lose, you're gonna be like, "Hell out of here."
Yeah, just start chopping.
Be surprised how good of a strategy that. I think people put their
It's
pride
really
into
well.
that too much, but hey, you could talk your way out of it
Yeah,
somehow.
you can
Get
also
away.
do that. But it's hard if the enemy's already aggroed at you and decided he wants to destroy you.
Okay,
But and
so with your main quest in life, you got some side quests. So what are some things that you're working on?
oh, on the side, damn, that's hard. Uh, uh I wouldn't really call it like a really big part in my life. I guess just painting miniatures. I started doing that. It's really fun, kind of calm, something to take a break from the video games and the schoolwork.
You were doing what?
Painting miniatures, like the little. I
Painting
mean,
miniatures?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the little, like you know how in D&D they have the little figures.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
How'd you
those are
get in?
miniatures.
How'd you get into that?
Well, I mean, I have this the Dark Souls board game, and it has like a bunch of miniatures inside that just look plain and boring. And I wanted to see how good
Do you
of.
have any finished products?
Oh no.
Really? Nothing? You
Yeah,
have
no,
nothing to show.
not at the moment. No, I mean I do have art, but that's like all the way in there. I'm lazy.
All right, so what are some other side quests?
I have been trying to get more into the cosplay also, as you can see from one of my pictures, where I was a vault dweller
You're the Vault Dweller. Yeah.
with the pippo and the gun and whatnot. Um,
Why
I
that?
I I used to back when I was living in South Austin. I was creating like a really big life project of making I wouldn't call it like a life size, but more like a armor that can fit me. I wanted to make the armor that I was using uh, in um, in Halo Reach. Um, I wanted to make my Spartan armor. That process is just so long. It probably takes like around 2 years, maybe, to make 2 or 3, to make all the molding, all the coloring, all the basically everything. And that was one of the things that actually I think what started my creativity and the cosplay. Uh, I wouldn't call it a life, like a side project.
What else you work?
Um, Another side quest probably be. It's hard to tell. It's hard to say because all I really do is just I just play video games.
A gamer. Just play video
Yeah,
games. Well,
I
I
guess
mean,
you'll see it. And
you did mention you were going into school. So tell us more about that.
well, I mean, I wouldn't call that a side quest. It's more like it's part of my life too.
What is it you're trying to get into again?
Architecture.
So why
I
that?
have like uh, it was a good combination from two of the things that I mostly loved when I was going to school. One of them was art, and the other one was math, and I just combined those two, and then it
It's
just
actually a
became
good way
architecture.
to good alchemy right there. Alchemist. Yeah. How do I put these two together? Same, dude. I can relate to that because I love gaming. I love talking to people. I was like, how the am I gonna put these two together? A gaming pod. Yeah, I could feel you on that, dude. Good luck to you and all those side quests. So the next
Thanks, man.
segment is your final boss. So what is a big ambitious goal that you wish to achieve?
Um, well, besides to stop being lazy and finally graduate, um, there was I can still pursue. Well, I'm still doing it right now. Just sticking to the career of just playing video games and earning my income from that. Um, but I think that I do want to do is probably actually have like not really a successor, but more like a student for me to teach and for me to actually like make them not continue to where I left off, but to make them more better than what I am right now. For him to, or for me to teach him basically all the fundamentals in everything and all the video games that I have learned. That would probably be, honestly, if I had to teach somebody, it'll probably be my nephew. He's around 3 and he's barely starting playing video games. My brother's a big video game fanatic too. Yeah.
That's a good final boss. So what is your motivation behind?
As in me actually wanting to teach somebody? I don't know. It feels like I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm not really gonna be here as much long as I thought I would be. But what's it called? I think that's what's driving me to actually want to have somebody not really continue how I was saying, but to make somebody better to how I am right now.
Good luck to you on best. So, last question, man. Save file. When you hit game over in your life, what is the kind of impact you would?
Man, that's something that's like really hard to say because I really have made a bunch of impacts within the gaming community and non-gaming community. Um, Something that I want to leave, I guess. Well, besides making those impacts, I have made a really big collection for myself, as you saw earlier. I could have this as me telling my life, how I lived it, and how I what's it called? What impact me to be the gamer that I am right now, from collecting all these video games, from playing all these video games throughout my whole life. Um, I guess that's what I would put it on my save file. It's hard to say what I would put, but I think this is the closest thing that I would leave whenever I'm gone.
But Waffles, what are your social media? What is somebody wanted to get more information on
Man, dude, I'm not a social media person, but
you?
but
But
I guess
you could plug
uh,
something. What would you plug?
um, I do normally rarely stream on Mixer. Just look up ATX underscore waffles because you can't put spaces in Mixer for some reason. Um, Twitter, I guess just follow me on Twitter. I forgot what my Twitter name is because I don't use social media.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to put it in the description. Be all right.
Thank you.
Welcome. I got you.
That's basically it that I normally use for social media, and I guess Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not really a social media person. I'm more like under the radar.
all right. Well, Waffles, thank you so much for agreeing to come into the podcast. Thank you for actually sharing your story. I feel like your story can be related a lot to young gamers, other gamers. Your story relates to mine in some ways. I love the community that you're involved in, what kind of impact you're trying to do. Wish you the best of luck in that, bro.
Thank you.
Happy gaming. Happy gaming, bro.
Happy gaming.
Well, this concludes the podcast, guys. Wow. Again, Waffles, thank you. You guys feel like you learned something? Leave comments, questions, description below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for more future events and stuff. Go ahead. Your boy, Gold Lion. Stay happy, stay healthy. Good one. Peace.